This is what it's like living in a Japanese apartment that measures 120 square feet. What? Where I live, this might not be legal. It has a tiny kitchen, a tiny bathroom, and a rather large balcony, surprisingly. There's laundry. This is pretty sweet. Look, the sink is connected to the throne. And check out the tub. And look at this, right above the bed, there's a random phone for some reason. But in spite of its quirks, this apartment's in the heart of downtown Osaka, one of the coolest cities anywhere in the country. And there are restaurants and little businesses everywhere, as well as a vegetarian group appointment place, which is somewhere down this dark alley. This is like the least creepy alley I've ever seen in my life. Look, there's like nothing wrong with this. Whoa, these must be apartments. And when you walk out, it's a parking lot, it looks like. Oh, that looks like money. Look at that gyoza, less than $3. What do you think goes on in this place right here? There's funk, there's disco, karaoke. Ooh, and over here you can get some takoyaki, the local delicacy. There might be more businesses on this street than in entire towns in America. That's something. That's two things. There's something there, something here, and then I guess these are apartments up in here. And there's a dragon who looks friendly. And around the corner from the dragon, this is not an alley. It's actually an arcade where you can spend money. Pretty much everything here is designed to take it from you, but don't worry, it's cheap. If you have a Honda in America, you're gonna need a few of these stickers for it. Who remembers fidget spinners? I don't know if anyone shops at these. This will tell you your fortune. This cute little robot doll here. And then there's the claw games. I wish they had these types of arcades in New York where I'm from. You're out of the hot sun, and if it's raining, you can still come here and be a normal human being, not totally soaked. Wow, this place looks like it's 400 years old. Maybe it's like some sort of tea house or something. And here you can get Kobe beef skewers. Look at that. Wait, I didn't come all the way here to get hit with American companies like Cold Stone, although man, those do look really good. Now we're on a bridge, and our apartment overlooks this, and it's gonna be one of these buildings over here. This is also not a famous river that we're by. It's just your average river. Same color as New York's Hudson River as well. Both sides of it have little cafes, little businesses. Check out the power lines. And I like how the ropes attached to this truck are holding up some of the construction equipment. And check out the windows on this place. That's a pretty cool looking swordfish. And it looks pretty safe. I mean, these bikes are not even locked up to anything. That's some pretty high security right there. Down here, look, there must be something special going on. There's no way you have a whole bunch of people waiting in the hot sun for nothing. That is a takoyaki place right there. There are a million of those places around here. The above average ones always have a massive line, and the ones that are good but are just okay, they have no line. This almost looks like some amusement park or something. I have no idea. Oh wait, you see those bubbles? It's actually a Ferris wheel. Think I'm good. Went on one of those around here once. Terrifying. And look over here, we got the trick ice cream going on. The American. That's what our beaches look like. And all we do is drink iced coffee and argue with each other. Culturally accurate. Okay, now this place got busy. 9-day difference, just a couple of blocks and it's packed. And even the alleys are incredible looking. Check this place out. And there's an OG 7-Eleven. The Japanese company secretly ruling America. Wait till you see what they got in here. Look at all these salads. It's like actually healthy and good for you. Every kind of instant noodle, which I might need if I can't figure out this apartment's kitchen, frozen TV dinners, and a cinnamon roll. The bottled coffees are pretty affordable. That's like $1.50 right there, and they taste pretty good. And the Monster energy drinks are smaller than the Red Bulls. That's only gonna happen here. We're here, it's actually the next door down, but this is the street. It's like a back alleyway. There's a lot of trucks doing delivery and stuff over here, and most of what's on the block here are apartments. So this is what it's gonna be actually like to live here. Way up there by those balconies. Look at that, this little building actually has 10 floors. It also looks like you're not allowed to have any pets. I wonder how old this building is, I can't really tell. $2 to wash. I think I got enough in here. These machines do look super old, but since they're Japanese, I'm sure they're gonna work forever. And we've got dryers. The apartment actually has laundry, but it doesn't have a dryer, and I'm only here for one day, so I can't hang anything and expect it to be dry tomorrow, which is what most people do. And if we wanna do a little snooping around, it looks like we got some basement apartments over here. Man, they are real strict with this no animals thing. Also, it looks like the only place the elevator in this building doesn't reach is down here in the basement, and it's just this steep set of stairs that'll get you down. How do I get in? Oh, there we go. This is a very quiet elevator, that's for sure. And after you come out of the elevator, it's like an open atmosphere type of place. And what I mean by that is the stairwell is kind of exposed to the elements. You can see down in this alley, got some bicycles down here. But oddly enough, that's the only area where there's open air. This is all closed off. Definitely an interesting design. Now on each hallway, we've got some hallway lighting and some fire extinguishers. And these are the doorbells for the units. Oh, and this is interesting. Our hallway, if we go down this end, we actually have like a shaftway or something down here. It goes down somewhere, I don't really know where. And if you look up, that's actually open air as well. It's kind of a tight little entryway. But this thing here is the mailbox. Can I get it to open? There we go. But even though the apartment itself is small, it really doesn't have any frills. Oh wow, that ambulance is loud. You hear that? Was that coming from the river? Harbor Patrol or something maybe? I didn't think we were gonna get any street noise. That's not a street. I was gonna say, it's not a big place, but I definitely think this is livable. And I honestly don't know why places like this aren't a thing in major American cities where housing is super expensive. Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York City, where I'm from, it could benefit from stuff like this. Interesting, these switches each tell you the kind of current that they output. This up here looks like the fuses. And this right here is one of 2 intercom style phones in this room. And it looks like we have Wi-Fi taking up precious shelf space. That is a bright mirror. Color is very flattering too, especially with this pink. But look at how efficient this design is. You walk in and then boom, this is your teeth brushing corner. If any of you know what goes in here, let me know. Maybe it's where you like plug in something and it charges while it kind of sits in your bathroom area. Any magical surprises under the cabinet? Not really, just all the stuff I'm gonna need if I make a terrible mess here. But the good news is it's not that big, so there's not really a lot to clean. Oh yeah, this is the shower. It has like a glass door, you push it in, move it to the side, and it's like a self-contained unit with a little tub. For some reason, it's wet in here. I hope no one was using it, but that's probably because they cleaned it. Right over here, we got our soap caddy, and if you're not familiar with this type of bathroom, you just move the spout from bath mode to shower mode. This is definitely a one-person tub. I've seen sinks that were that big. So if you're done taking a shower and you want to use the throne room, it is in here. Man, it is a tight squeeze in here. But once you're in, I mean, there's room. It's not really that bad. I've seen smaller bathrooms in other countries. Oh, that's cool. If it rains, there's an umbrella. Got ourselves a vacuum back here as well. Soap shelf with extra goodies. And this sink activates when you flush. It's just, you know, if you want to like just wash your hands real quick. I don't really understand those though because there's no soap. I just want soap when I wash my hands. Maybe that's why the soap is right over here. Why is it still going? Did I damage it? Okay, it seems to be subsiding. And that's good, I don't want to break anything. This is actually a pretty comfortable bed. And look at how close it is to the kitchen, man. If you want yourself a midnight snack, boy, you are getting it. Now, when I measured the living space, just this part of the apartment, I got 9.5 by 9.5. And there might actually be less than 20 square feet of usable space at the other end of the apartment. I didn't want to undersell this place. After all, I do like it. This could mean that more people get to live where they want to live, even if it's not in a massive house. I mean, it beats having a roommate. And you might be able to fit more furniture in here other than the twin-size bed. This ain't a full, it's a twin. Against the wall over here, maybe you could have like a bar counter with stools underneath it. You're not getting a couch in here, but definitely something like that. Maybe you could mount a TV on this wall. But then the issue becomes, where do you put your stuff? How do you unpack? You're probably gonna want a dresser, right? I mean, I'm guessing that since there's no closets, anything that you're gonna need with like clothes and whatnot's gonna have to go here. So maybe the table's out of the question. And that's probably why we find the entertainment center right here. Look at that massive remote. This thing is huge. Something tells me I won't be trying to figure out how it works. Now, underneath the TV, we do have a little closet. This is where I will find my towel and some of my other stuff. There's some plugs, some adapters in here. There's this, which I also don't know how to use or operate, so I don't think I'll be using that anytime soon. And then there's this. Is this, oh, I know. It's a little four-legged table for eating food. I guess you would eat right here. Is this how that happens? And back behind the TV, we got something else. I think that, maybe this has to do with the water heating system. I'm definitely not touching it. But this table is an excellent find. I could need it later for something. I'm really not sure what. Well, I'm glad there are sandals out here. I don't know how much use you're gonna get out of this balcony because it's not really set up for hanging out. You could hang out. Look, you can actually see all the way down the river to the more popular parts of Osaka. And you can look at some weird houses on the opposite riverbank. That's very strange. But there's not like a table and chair. In fact, we've got the laundry and we've got the air conditioning equipment. It's definitely nice though. It's just not really for hanging out. There's also a metal hatch here, which, does it open? Well, kind of. But I don't think we have to open it because I'm guessing that's the bottom of the one upstairs and it's just like a pass-through to down here. On the plus side, if you were living here long-term, there's water access. So if you didn't want to have like your laundry machine out here, you can grow some plants. You have a little oasis, the same color plants as the river. Again, I'm being a little facetious with my descriptions of this place, but I really do like pretty much everything about it. But that's only because I can't really cook. All right, let's be real. None of us expected there to be a full-size refrigerator in this place. And I think that the microwave is actually resting on top of the stove. Panasonic. I think it boils water. Maybe you could pop this off, cook something on the single burner if you want, but you're probably not gonna need to do that. I mean, we have a brand new water heater right here for stuff like that, tea if you want it. Up here, we have a little shelf with the dinner tray. If you did want to make food here, this is enough for, you know, one person. Comes with some new chopsticks, very nice. And underneath it, there's a map in case you lose your phone and need to find out. Sink is legit, water pressure is solid. This is about the same size as you'd expect in a tiny New York apartment. We've even got a little light up here. Is it on? There it is, there we go. Got a couple of cups. And then over here we have this, which doesn't look like it opens. And at first I thought this was a knob. It's an adapter plug so that you can charge things. This actually on-off switch for this outlet. And there's a fan in case you burn something. If you done burn your dinner, you can air it out. This doesn't go to nowhere either. Look, there's like actual ducting. But looking at this place is one thing. Now I'm gonna sleep here and I'm gonna use the entire apartment so we can see if anything goes wrong. Now, the first thing that I really like about this building is the elevator. You press the button and it shows up pretty quick. And the laundry downstairs was super clutch. The machines are like $3 to wash, $2 to dry. Very convenient if you're traveling. I used it to clean all of my stuff. Now I have clean clothes and I can go on to the next place that I'm gonna stay at, which might not have laundry. The dryer did take a while though. There is a weird dryer filter thing that I didn't change. And as far as the bathroom goes, yes, it's small, but there's plenty of room to get in there, to brush my teeth, lots of elbow room. It was bright. The shower was fine. The water was really hot, which was nice. No, I did not use the bathtub. This was the drying cloth that they gave me. It doesn't close. I think it's a hand towel, which is a bit insulting. I would have preferred a full-size adult towel, but it was actually just fine. It's pretty thick. One complaint though, there's no coffee around here, so you're gonna be drinking vending machine coffee. This one is the best, the UCC Black. Oh, and the everything table. Great for eating the food you find at 7-Eleven, the greatest restaurant anywhere in Japan. It's also pretty good for working, so if you have a little table like this, it's gonna be multifunctional. It's a great tip if you have a small place. And as far as sleeping here, the bed was fine. Mattress is a little firm, but that's kind of what I prefer. And once you close the singular window, very little light gets in here at all. It's like living in a cave, which was good. It was quiet. There are some loud crows out here though. Let's see if you can see one of these guys. Up, there's one right there. There's another one right there. He's joining his friend. And there's another one. There's also a massive fish lurking in the water over there. You see that guy? And speaking of learning, I never learned what this phone was for. It never rang. That was a good thing. But I never figured out its true purpose. Anyways, subscribe. We're checking out some more houses. I'm doing more traveling. I will see you in the next one.